And welcome back to Capital Talk. It's all about life journeys, seeking destiny, and the women behind the women. These are the ones who went out of the way, interviewing these women for months on end at times, putting together the stories that you read in this book, which we highly recommend. And coming up now, Namatsi Lukoye, who studied international relations at USIU and also a minor in print journalism. So this one was pretty easy for her, although one of her subjects, Wangari Maathai, the prof herself, who took forever to get the interview, but she finally did it. And in the end, it was canned. I wonder why. She did 4 others, and this is her story. Namatsi, welcome to the bench.
Thank you.
Were you also surprised when I called you?
Yeah, I was surprised. I was in a matatu and I thought it's a prank call.
You did, didn't you?
Yeah. I thought it was Shafi.
No.
Seriously.
Yeah, doing one of those bust or whatever they called it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was good because, there was more than 24 of you. And it's great. I mean, I said, the first 2 who pick up their phones, those are the ones we'll get on. And that's why you're here. And you had Wangari Maathai.
Yeah, I had Wangari Maathai.
What was that like?
It was amazing. Actually, picking her up I thought it would be easy to do since I kind of thought I knew where she worked and it would be so easy. But then I started looking for her and it started becoming frustrating because I was hearing stories of she has cancelled things at last minute and all that. So I waited for around 7 months on hold, back and forth checking. And eventually I kind of got some light at the end of the tunnel. You might do her. So I started preparing myself and my questions and everything. Then cancelled again, but then again I saw her the last time.
You did finally see her?
Yeah.
And you spent time with her?
Yeah.
Was she good?
She was good. She was amazing, actually. She's a Nobel Prize winner, but her humility was surprising.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I have a feeling, Namatsi, that profile will still be used later on in the elders.
I
have
so.
a feeling.
I hope so, because it is a very powerful one, and she had a very powerful message.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else did you do?
I did Chelenge van Rampelberg.
The
sculptor, an artist and the sculptor, self-taught. Actually realized she has a talent at 26 years old. Yeah.
Late in life.
Late in life.
Your age right now.
Yeah. And she has done wonders with her talent. And it was just amazing talking to her and listening to her and actually just using her words to live my life. Yeah. I also did Mabel Imbuga, amazing woman who's very humble. And Olive Muganda, who's very tough. Rachel.
Yeah.
I also did Rachel Omamo. Her toughness and Olive Muganda, they were very tough.
Yeah.
She was very good for me.
Rachel refused to come on the bench, so you beat me to it. But she was good, huh?
Yeah, she was good.
And a great story.
Yeah, she was very inspirational too. Yeah.
Wow. Which one was the most challenging out of all those?
It remains to be Chelenga's. She became my friend, but actually it was challenging because she was kind of tapping something that was in me that I hadn't realized was in me. I did international relations, but here I was an artist in me just coming out, and the more I went and listened, the more I learned. And then I started writing in an artistic way too. She kept on checking on me, where have you gone, and all that, which was really just the best for me.
Yeah. At the launch, when this book was finally presented, and you saw your work there, and you saw your subjects there, what was it like? What was that interaction? Were they happy with the final product? Were they proud of you?
Actually, I gave this book to Olive Muganda. I sent my dad to Olive Muganda, and they called me and they told me, wow, she cannot believe, and she was very, very happy with the book. Yeah. Then the book was kind of very wrapped in a very nice way. I went and opened it with my mom, and when we opened it, I was literally in tears. It was just wow. And I told my mom, this is one thing that I want in my will. I'll leave it for my sister if I don't have a daughter by then.
Yes.
And then at least I'll have something to pass on that's worth something.
It is that precious to you?
It is that precious to me.
Wow. And tell me something, Namatsi, sitting at the foot, like Susan was saying the other day, you guys were literally sitting at the feet of giants, heroines, achievers in our country. What was it like? What did you learn from these achievers?
It was really it was really, what can I say? Because before you get into the interview, you're outside shaking and wondering how she'll take you, because you've never been hired, never done anything, and you do not know if you'll convince her to write. Then you get in and this person actually draws their attention to you. And in their story, you get to learn so much than you just thought you would. You thought it would be a lesson, but you just learned so much in it. Yeah. Couldn't stop writing, scribbling. I had a record, but I couldn't stop writing, thinking this is very important, just in case I forget. Yeah.
And what do your friends think of you now? You are part of the history of this nation. You're part of it now.
My friends are very, very proud of me. Very proud. I cannot even say. They call me and tell me, Namatsi, we are very proud of you, and just continue on and all that. So it's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you going to do more of this, or would you like to be part of the next
Definitely.
series?
Definitely, I want to be part of it. I want to be more. I want to grow. I want to be like these women, because one thing I learned about them is commitment, and then struggle, persuasion, everything, just following your dream, and you get there. So,
Yeah. And these women have proved it, huh?
Yeah, sure.
Huh? Was it, I mean, obviously, when you guys were first hired, right, and you were given this list of names, probably 150 or more, right? Did you guys think, my goodness, this is going to be impossible?
Yeah, at first it was like, what? Because you're given 3, and then the 3, it's very hard to get them. You know, the first time you pick 3 and you're like, I'll get them. Then you start looking for them, and then you're like, oh, we are busy. Hold, next week. And then, you know, we had this deadline to meet, and by that deadline, people are picking other names. At times, you haven't even done your part people because you're waiting for the interview to come. So it was really challenging getting them and sitting with them. It was hard, but yeah.
And now they realize what you guys were doing all along. You know, this is the fruit of all that work.
True, yes, true.
Was it great during that launch? Was it a good ambience? Was it a good feeling out there?
It was very good, just meeting with all of them.
And most of them showed up.
For more, yeah.
Most of them showed up.
Yeah, couldn't ask for more. Amazing.
Wow. What are you going to tell your children, Namatsi? What are you going to tell them later on that you were part of it? What are you going to tell them?
I'm going to tell them that I did 5 stories in this book, and I learned 5 lessons from all these different women. And one of them is that if you want something, you have to have a passion for it, and you have to go after it. And you have to struggle, even if you're meeting all the obstacles, you have to struggle for it. That's the second one. You also have to be committed and dedicated. Wake up in the morning at odd times and just finish. Follow it with all of your heart. Then don't be struggle to fight for things with men. Just fight for it, and you will get places. Yeah.
Women are no doubt the future of this place, aren't they?
That's true they are.
Huh?
Yeah.
It's also helped you in your career because you studied international relations and journalism, print journalism.
Yeah.
And now you're doing mass comm?
I am doing mass comm, and actually, what actually came from this was I was a very shy poet. I was a very shy writer. I couldn't come out and speak. But in talking to them, they tell you won't get anywhere if you're with this kind of yourself like this. You have to be out there. So I started tapping into my inner self and becoming more bold, and yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then on the side, you also do a bit of fashion designing.
Yeah, I do a bit of fashion design. Plus my mom, from my mom's actually. And poetry is my main passion right now.
Really?
Yeah.
Writing, reciting, everything?
Yeah, writing, reciting, and organizing an event.
Like Caroline Derrito Benjamin?
Yeah, something like that. She's way up there, but...
But something to strive for.
Yeah, sure.
Wow. Looks like you learned one of the valuable lessons of life.
True.
In those
I really did. It was an opportunity. I sometimes think of Susan and I'm like, wow, you just really helped me get my way. I don't know how I even thank her or something like that. Yeah.
And the other collaborators, the other young women you were with, have they learned valuable lessons like you? Do you stay in touch? Are you talking?
Yeah.
Communicating?
I'm sure they have learned something, because they have gained. If I have, I always think someone else has, because I think of my way then doing something and I'm about to like, why am I doing this? I think, did Wangari Maathai stop because she was being beaten by the government or anything like that? No, as in I have to persevere. I think it was a lesson for all of us, really, all of us, because we kept on, when we were going for those meetings, we were like, I met this and she taught me this and this went on and this went on, which was really, something. You
and the other collaborators and Diana, who was here just now, you have a duty to your generation. You guys in your 20s right now, in this country, since the new constitution, there's a new wave blowing through this country. What do you tell your generation? Is it time to take the baton and run with it? What do you tell them?
Actually, it is time to just stop complaining and do something. People are doing something. So stop complaining and do something. Whatever your talent is in, just do it and persistently, and you will get somewhere.
And stop hating.
And stop hating, definitely.
There's too much of that.
Yeah, truly, yeah. Stop hating.
Yeah. You know, because if you guys can do it and still stay humble,
Yeah,
come
sure.
on, man. What
Sure.
excuse?
Yeah.
Are you going to work on the men's version?
I'm not working on the men's version, but I'm planning to work on the elders version. Yeah.
And you already have one in there, Wangari Maathai. We'll recommend to
Hopefully.
Susan.
Definitely. I really hope her story will go in, because I really felt it was, as you know, this you just have this is a very nice story, and then you open the book and you're like, what, there's no story. And actually it's like, and she pulled out. I hope she will be in the next one, because she has a very powerful story, very powerful, beyond all the way we see her just herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, the athletes, so, you know, there's plenty of those.
Yeah.
You have work for the next couple of years,
Hopefully.
but it's work that'll last a lifetime.
But sure,
Yeah?
sure.
Namatsi, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Great job. Oh, Namatsi Lukoye, I tell you, these kids in their 20s, and I call them kids because they're so much younger than I am, doing amazing stuff. And it's great advice for their generation. Stop hating. Life is not about hating. Look for your strengths and push it amongst your peers. That's the bottom line, folks, because here we're looking at history, and Namatsi and Diana and the other young ladies who are involved in this, and the young men who are going to work on the men heroes. Well, I tell you, they are part of history as well. Pick up life journeys if you can, because you wouldn't regret it. Every page is worth the money you're going to pay for it. And I tell you, it's available. All the leading bookstores in town, folks. You simply cannot find guests like Namatsi and Diana anywhere else but right here on the bench, because it's been an amazing week, but amazing people right here on the award-winning station, K24, where we are, even in times of sitting on the heels or feet of heroines, we are all Kenyan.
All the time. All the time.
Capital Talk is filmed at Fairmont, the Norfolk.